Here on the Baseball Insiders with Hall of Famer, Texas Rangers legend, Marlins World Series champion catcher Pudge Rodríguez. And Pudge, you are here on behalf of your partnership with SAXX and the Ballgorithm you are introducing this October. I would love if you could tell me more about all that.
Well, the Ballgorithm is obviously is an idea that we did, with SAXX. Obviously, it's a fun commercial. Obviously, we're going to talk about stats, talk about numbers, comparison, and it's fun. It's a lot of things that we that we did during the commercial, but basically the important part is just the SAXX on the words. Obviously, is a great obviously it's a great fit. It's a great commercial. Obviously, it's fun, and basically what we help in the Testicle Cancer Foundation is very important, and I think it's very important to know how important to go and check. Obviously, and that's the reason that we put in this promotion during the World Series, because obviously it's a cure. Obviously, it's a cancer that you can get it early, but obviously you can get cured doing it and check and pay attention. So the underwear is made for that. Obviously, there's a area right there. Then you're gonna be is helping this area just to be more comfortable, and basically the underwears are very comfortable as well.
Amazing. Well, it's certainly a fun product, but definitely you're right, a much better cause. So everybody certainly pay attention to SAXX and the Ballgorithm and this amazing promotion during the World Series, and help raise awareness and money for testicular cancer research and treatment. Now, Pudge, we are on the verge of the World Series.
Balls, remember, playing with balls.
Yeah, no, nobody can forget that. We are right on the verge of the World Series, and I will knock on wood. I refuse to jinx anybody, but your Texas Rangers currently hold a lead on the Houston Astros. And Bruce Bochy has brought so much to this Rangers team, very evidently, in remaking them year over year. What was your reaction like when he was hired, and how do you think he's helping them to this advantage over Houston?
Well, great news for us as an organization, having a future Hall of Famer as a manager with a lot of a lot of World Series champs and all the playoff and all the years winning ball games, and I think that's what we're looking in the offseason, this past offseason, to start with a manager like that, with a lot of records, a lot of degree, and basically bringing Mike Maddox back into our pitching coaching situation it make us better. I know that we are playing good. Our players are doing a great job since spring training all the way into yesterday's game. But we have to give a lot of credit to the whole coaching staff and the whole front office. They're doing a great job. Chris Young is doing a great job in the offseason, signing great players. Montgomery, Ibaldi. I mean, you name, and then Scherzer, bringing Scherzer later on in the year, and that tells you that we want to win. We want to win the World Series this year, not next year. So we want to win now, and so that's why we're playing really good. When you have a lineup like that, when you have a position players on the field that make plays for this great starting rotation and great bullpen, you're going to win a lot of games.
How would you compare the Rangers offenses that you were a part of to this team? Where would you and Juan Gonzalez hit in this lineup?
Well, it reminds me a lot about the offense that we had back in those days. Obviously, we have great hitters from first to nine, and that's what I see in this lineup. Great hitters from first to nine. We have a number 9 hitter right now in our team that basically he did a great job in these two last game, and hit a home run, hitting in the clutch and as a nine hitter. And so when you have a nine hitter, producing for the team, especially in this kind of game, that tells you how strong of the lineup we have. And what can you say about the middle lineup? I mean, is for me, if I'm catching, if I'm facing the Rangers, I don't know what to do. To be honest, with you, they don't have any holes. They're very aggressive, selective, aggressive, and they don't miss too many pitches neither.
I guess if you're back there, you just hope they try to steal on you. You're like, I can get him this way. I don't know if I can call a game, but I can get him this way.
Well, yeah, that's important to mention too. The running game this year is different. I like the game, the way they're playing right now. I mean, you see guys that almost stole 100 bases this year. I mean, when was the last time you see a base runner steal almost 100 bases? That's back when Ricky Henderson was stealing 100 bases. So I think what we see in today's game is running the bases more aggressive, steal more, be in scoring position quickly, obviously, and I think that's one of the reasons that we in this situation that we are in, because we are not only hitting the ball, so we're running the bases, we're running from first to third a lot in base hits, and that's how you win games. I mean, those are the little things in the game that nobody pay attention to, but when you see guys in first base, they run from first to third on a base hit, you're gonna win games like that.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned the rule changes, because I wanted to get your take on, obviously a lot more is coming too. And a lot of it involves the catching position. We're hearing about robot umpires. We're hearing about things that are going to change the game. What are your thoughts on that potential impact to umpiring in the strike zone?
Well, I think I'm okay with the game that baseball is being played today. I think that 20-second clock is great for me. I think it makes the game faster, less think about as a pitcher and as a hitter. I think the bases, the bigger bases, for me, it doesn't do much for me, because they're still pretty big bases anyway. I don't think that robot umpire behind the plate is not going to happen to me. I think I think with the squadron that we see on TV, I think that's plenty. I'm a big believer of having a human being behind the plate calling balls and strikes instead of the robot or a computer. There's still going to be an umpire behind calling balls and strike, but it's going to be what they're saying is that he's going to have a microphone in the ear, and then they're going to call balls and strikes. But anyway, I don't know what baseball is going to go as far as that. I think I like the way baseball is being played today with the replays and not throwing over too many times, stealing bases. I think this is a good baseball to watch right now.
The baseball now is incredible, but so is the baseball when you played. We're coming up in just a couple of days now on the 20th anniversary of your World Series run in Miami and the Steve Bartman game, the heartbreaker in Chicago. I would love to know from your perspective on the Marlins and in that dugout, what are your memories from that game? And when did you sort of feel that the Marlins had a chance to make that incredible comeback?
Basically, we didn't think about that. We was the underdog all playoff run, and basically we play with nothing to lose. And I think when you play with nothing to lose, guess what's happening? You win everything. For us, nothing that came to our our head as far as we need to do this, we need to do that. I think the key that we did that year was coming into the ballpark ready to play 27 outs, 9 innings, and play as hard as we can, and keep doing what we're doing. Because obviously, I think what we did good was that we play a lot into almost the end of the season, because we win the wild card, and we had to play pretty much into the last week or two of the season, compared to these other playoff teams that they win way before, and all these regular players has a lot of day off. And I think that hurts the Giants, that hurts a little bit the Cubs offensively. But as far as that year, it was an unbelievable year. Starting spring training, the only player the Marlins signed that year was me, and then my job was to understand the whole pitching staff, the whole rotation, starting rotation, it was the same rotation than the year before, that they lost 95 games. And for me, it was more conversation, question and answers with the players, with the starting pitchers and the bullpen guys, and then spring training to know me a little bit, how I like to work behind the plate, how do you want to work with me during the game. And we got that really quick, and we started the season. We didn't start it well. First half for us was no good, and then we pick it up in the second half. Win the wild card, went to play the Giants, beat them in fourth with the good play that I'm making the last out in Miami. And then we went and played the Cubs, and facing Mark Pryor and Kelly Wood, and beat one of them in the first or second game. I don't know if I remember that. That was big for us. And the fan, I don't think he did nothing for us. I don't think that wasn't the reason that the Cubs lost this series. I think for me, the reason that the Cubs lost was the next pitch, the ground ball to shortstop, to Gonzalez, that went through his legs and scored 2 runs, and then Morokai came in and cleaned the bases with a double with bases loaded. I think that was the key for us, and I think that's the reason that I think the Cubs lost that series, just because of that play.
I totally agree with you. That performance, that series, one of the many reasons that you're in Cooperstown. I've got one more question for you. So since getting into the Hall of Fame, which Hall of Famers have you gotten closer to since being inducted, and who do you remember talking to on the day that you gave your speech?
Well, I get close to all of them. Obviously, when you become a Hall of Famer, is a community. You become a club, kind of like a membership. Let's say it like that, and we have to communicate, obviously, for the guys that we think they should be in the Hall of Fame. When they pass 10 years, we all getting emails from everybody and asking us what we think about this, and then we vote. It's kind of like, we have like a board in Cooperstown, also as a player. But basically, when every July, when we induct the player into Cooperstown, we all there and have a great time. Spend time in that hotel. We all sit in different places. But the beautiful part about being in Cooperstown and being in that hotel, that the hotel is just for us. So every whoever you see in the lobby or in the pool or in the balcony is a Hall of Famer. So it's fun just to be there for that week.
Well, Pudge, thank you so much for talking to me today. And everybody check out SAXX for the incredible work that Pudge did and the work that they're doing for testicular cancer. Thank you so much for joining me.
Algorithm, go SAXX.